Okay, welcome everyone for the International Symposium Analytic Hierarchy Process. So my name is Azila and I am from University Technology Mara, or known as UITM Malaysia, University Technology Mara Malaysia. So now it's about 12:10 in Malaysia time. So in this particular session, okay, I would like to welcome you for this presentation session of this International Symposium of Analytic Hierarchy Process. So I would like to introduce to all of you for the presenter. The first presenter is Mr. Jorge Rojas from Colombia. And the title of the presentation is Dispatch Prioritization in an Agricultural Fertilizer Company using AHP and Topsis. The second presenter would be Mr. Jenny Hurtado, also from Colombia. And the title of her presentation is Supplier Selection using AHP and Topsis in Food Companies, Considering Operational Risk. And we have also the third presenter from Malaysia. And the title of his presentation is The Analytic Hierarchy Process, Application to the Selection of the Best E-Wallet in Klang Valley, Malaysia. So I think without further ado, we will start the presentation session. And for that, yeah, I would, and please kindly be reminded that the presenter, you have for about 15 minutes in total, 10 minutes for the presentation session and 5 minutes for the Q&A. Okay, so for that one, for the first presenter, I would like to invite Mr. Jorge Rojas from Colombia, okay, to present the title of the presentation is Dispatch Prioritization in Agricultural Fertilizer Company using AHP and Topsis. So the floor is yours now, Mr. Jorge.
Thank you so much.
You can start your presentation slide then.
Share my screen?
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Jorge. It's very clear.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have the pleasure and honor to present to you the following work entitled Dispatch Prioritization in Agricultural Fertilizer Company using AHP and Topsis. Well, continue. Introduction. Companies seek to satisfy their customers with experience, with gifts, with a friendly treatment, but in business-to-business models, high levels of service are essential. High levels of service are often part of corporate strategy, and reaching those levels is a task that must be accomplished with tools that promote business sustainability but reduces work capital, minimizing costs and increasing profits. Thanks to operation research and their different techniques, these goals can be achieved. And Vega de la Cruz in 2016 mentioned it that use MCDA provides solutions that increase productivity, reduce cost, and improves customer service. The reason of this work within and supply chain, the goal of the dispatch process to distribution center is to send enough quantities to satisfy the needs of the customer served from that point, avoiding out of stock and excess. We decide to use a special item for this work because two reasons specials. It is one of the 5 bestsellers and has some special characteristics for the logistics operation because its weight is 25 kilograms. It helps to complete the total freight in a truck. And third, growth in revenue and sales growth per unit. The growth in 2018 from 2019 was 32%, and in units was 24%. In money, represents a value $200,500 is much money. Literature review. There are several articles on the distributions of goods or products from a manufacturing plant to an warehouse. But the following articles focus on dispatch process. Start with Bravo in 2007, indicators for prioritization in transport. Author, Bravo in 2009, Hernandez 2017, Osorio 2018. These papers are an advance because showing the use MCDA in dispatch process using criteria. For example, in this article, use ISAHP in 2017 using FOSSI, ISAHP and Topsis, and finally in 2018 using FOSSI QFD was advancing. Objectives: define criteria for planning dispatch for this company, only this company. Track each P, obtain the weights for each defined criteria. And third, rank the distribution centers or alternatives to dispatch using Topsis. Select criteria. In 2007, proposed this criteria. In the center of the slide are four indicators. These indicators from this data. For example, of unit coverage, this indicator comes from the average demand, the lead time, and the effective stock. It suggests how much demand for product units can be covered with current inventory while replenishment arrives. Days coverage, this indicator shows the days of demand that can be covered with the current inventory. Spend size indicates the amount of inventory that would be missing when the security stock has started to be used up. And order size, this shows the size of replenishment in the percentage values. And a novelty in this word is the inclusion of this criteria of gross margin. This metric shows the profitability of product sales and sales share. This value shows the percentage share of the item in total sales. Location of sites. This map is Colombia. Indicates the geographic location of each distribution center around the country. The plant is here in Cali, Colombia. The areas served by the distribution centers are characterized by being traditionally agricultural, livestock, and have characteristic crops. For example, Medellin, crops of potatoes, flowers, berries, bananas, Mosquera, Bogota, potatoes, flowers, berries, Zaragoza is here, is coffee zone, fruit crop, and sugar cane. This the model, the criteria and the alternatives. This figure shows the structure of the problem in this work. The goal is to obtain a prioritization of shipment to the distribution centers. Previously defined criteria are these. Are treated with ISAHP technique throughout
Mr. George,
judgment.
Mr. George,
yes.
You have 3 minutes more. You have 3 minutes more.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. The ISAHP experts, head of logistics, head of warehousing, logistics, they are experts. The ISAHP priority vector and consistence. The spend size was half. This vector, the process is consistent. The Topsis, this weighted normalized matrix, distance, and the final ranking is with the proximity relativity final, and the final ranking is this. Yopal, 81%, Ibagué, Medellin, but is weight. The dispatches are dynamics. The warehouse are dynamics for replenishment, movement, and for the next dispatch planning, the Topsis is run again because the values of indicators have changed due to the replenishment movement surge. Therefore, this would be to the new priority ranking. These first now are last because have inventory. Conclusions. The previous contribution describes the main criteria that should be used in this company during a real dispatch planning process. This company, other company use other criteria, but this company are this. The proposed tools generates efficiency because the empowering person of this process spends less time on this task, and also generates efficacy because with real data, it prioritizes dispatches according to the stock situation in the distribution centers. The combination of the ISAHP and Topsis methods and implement in application made with spreadsheets or in application made with Python would offer a practical, robust, and simple tool to prioritize the destination to be dispatched, even in people who do not know about LCD. This looks more limitation, but this word applies to one item only, but can be extended to other type A items and sub type B items, and because a complete dispatch planning tool and extend to the multi-product case. These are reference, and thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. George, for the presentation. It is an interesting topic indeed.